You are tuned in to your dose of positivity. I am Marlene Motivates, and as I always say, just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
And to gain further support, join my channel membership. Hey everybody, it's Marlene of Marlene Motivates. I am your channel for all things positive, motivational, inspiration, all of those things. So if you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you as a part of the Motivators family. So welcome in everybody, whether you are live or on the replay. I'm going to go to the chat and see who is in the chat and welcome them in first. So who do we have in the chat? In the chat first in Eunice Williams. How are you doing, Eunice? I hope all is well with you. Happy Tuesday to you. Thank you so much for being here. So I'm going to get into this topic. Just like always, I only speak about things that really are like it's on my heart to speak about. So I'm going to get right into it. Today's topic is love them. I think I put then glasses. Excuse that, guys. It's supposed to be love them while you can. So this is the topic that I wanted to cover because I think it's so important to share that and to talk about this, because we don't get a second opportunity after people that we love, after they leave, you know, and they go to rest, they go home, whatever is your beliefs. So we don't get a second opportunity, you know. I don't want anybody, any of you motivators, to live with regret. And I'm saying this to you from personal experience. I have been there, I have done that. And especially when we are younger, we think that we have our whole life, that the people that we really care about, the people that we actually love, most of the time it's our siblings, our parents, um, those key people in our life. We feel that they will always be here, and that we have time to fix certain issues we have with them. We have time to, you know, do those plans that we wanted to have, like going on trips or spending more time with them. We think that we have all of this time available to spend with them and to do all of these things that we have on our bucket list. But today, there is no time like the present. No time like the present. And while you have people in your life that you love, do it while you can. Show it, prove it, tell them. And we're going to get into this right now. So, the first point that I want to share is, when you have people who love you, never take them for granted. And I'm saying this from personal experience. I don't know who has gone through this and have done this as well, but we think the important people in our life, the people that we love so much, we don't think it's very important to, you know, spend time with them. We don't think that it's very important to tell people that we love them. We just say, oh, that's not important. They know how I feel about them. I'm guilty of it. I've said it many a time. But when you have people that love you back, that's the whole thing about it. And we're going to get into that into the next point. But when you have people in your life that love you and give you that pure love, and that kindness, that support, all of the things that you need to feel good about yourself, don't take those people for granted, whoever they are, whether it be your parents, whether it be other relatives, your children, your significant other, whoever, the person that you really love and you really care about. Don't take them for granted and just say, oh, they know I love them. They know I care about them. And yes, maybe they do know that you care about them, but it's important to show love. Show love to people who you love. It's important to let people know that you actually care about them, you know, that you actually mean it. When you hear the words from somebody that you love, when you tell somebody, I really love you. You mean a lot to me. I really appreciate you. We are showing that we don't take these people in our lives for granted. People do it every day. People do that to their parents. They do that their children, um, your friends, anybody who you love. Don't think they will always be there. They will always be around. Take it from somebody who knows, who's experienced this, who has been on the other side, living with regrets, wishing, you know, the shoulda, woulda, couldas. I wish I would have said what I wanted to say. I wish I would have mended those issues and those problems. I wish I would have had certain conversations. I wish. And when it's too late, it's too late. So we don't want to live with regret. That's my whole purpose behind this conversation, motivators. I don't want you to live with regret. I want you to say, I said what I wanted to say. I showed them how much they matter to me, and I proved it. See, that's the one of the most important things, motivators. We can say all day long how much we care about our loved ones, but what are we doing to prove it? That's the most important thing. And don't take people for granted. Don't take people for granted. And I see it every day. I see people take their spouses or significant other for granted. I see people take their friends for granted. People take their relatives for granted. People take their children for granted. Don't do that. Don't be one of the statistics. Show the people that you love that you actually do, and say it today. Don't wait for tomorrow. If there's somebody that you haven't told in a while that you love them, do it. Don't think you have all of this time. Don't think you have all this opportunity. You may never get another chance to mend those fences, to spend the time that you want to spend with them. Don't take anybody in your life that you really love for granted. Now, I want to pause on for a moment. Hey, Tamika. Hey, Realist One. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. I got my mods on deck. Thank you so much. I've got to pause on this for a little bit to say that people that we really care about, the very important people in our lives, we tend to say we have time. We tend to say they know how I feel. But have you told them? If you don't tell people how you feel, they won't know. And I understand that sometimes it's uncomfortable to say those words. We feel kind of weird saying, I love you. We feel strange, showing that affection. Maybe it's not something natural for you. It could be something hard or difficult based on maybe the way you were raised. Maybe the things that you've been through in your life, it's not natural for you to express and communicate. This is how I'm feeling, this is how I feel about you, and you're important to me. Not saying that you have to say this every single moment of the day, but on a regular basis, at least check in once a week with the people that you care about. Check in with the people that you love and tell them how you feel while you have the time. Never take people who are important to you for granted. And I have to pause and say that the people that we love so very much, the people that we love so much, don't think that I don't have to say it, that's weak to say it. I'm especially shouting out, saying this to my male motivators at the moment. And not only males, but maybe sometimes it could be some of my female, my women motivators as well. Whoever has a hard time and they struggle with saying the words I love you, don't take people for granted, because when we have people in our life that show us pure love, not toxic. I'm not talking about people who are always constantly saying they love us, but it's with, stipulations, with it's something attached to that. They only love you because of X, Y, and Z. They don't love you just because you are who you are. I mean, the people in your life that love you just because you are yourself. They're not asking anything from you. They just love you for who you are. They love you for your personality. They love you for your consideration, all of those things. Don't take those people for granted, because I'm telling you, you're not going to just walk outside the door and find people who are like that. It's a gift. It's a blessing to have people in your life that actually will will do kind deeds for you, that will check on you, that will be there in your times of need. Never take those people for granted. Those people are a dime a dozen. They're treasures, for us to really let them know that. Don't take those people in your life for granted, because there's not a lot of people that are like that. Yes. Happy Tuesday to everyone. Happy Tuesday to everybody who is here in the live and those on the replay. Shout out to my replay gang. I really do appreciate you. So let's go to the next point. This is a very important one, motivators. Take time out of your schedule to make memories. Now, I know all of you motivators have busy lives. We all lead a busy life. We have things that we have to take care of. You have to take care of yourself. You have to take care of your family responsibilities. You have to do your personal care. You have to make sure your mental health is okay. You have things to do. I get it. You're busy, but you should never be too busy for the time, for the people in your life that you care about. Take special moments, and it doesn't have to be hours out of your day, it could just be 10 minutes, 5 minutes. It could be just shooting someone a text. I just want you to know that I care about you. And if you can't be there in person, there's no reason why we can't make memories with people that we love. There is FaceTime, there's Zoom, there's StreamYard. There's so many streaming apps that we can use so that we can, see our loved ones, have conversations with them, make special memories with them. If somebody is important to you, you will make the time. And people always use that as an excuse. I'm busy. I don't have the time. But they have time to scroll on their phone all day. They have time to send DMs. They have time to do all of these other things that really are not as important as we make them. And I've learned that as I've gotten older, it's about time management, using your time wisely. And if you want to do something, you will. I've learned that from my own experience. We can't make excuses for our behavior. And let's just be honest, motivators. A lot of times we are being very selfish, very, very selfish, and only thinking about ourselves and what we're going through. You know, I have to say that sometimes the people that we love, you don't know what they're dealing with. You don't know what they could be going through. They could be experiencing some major trials. Have you asked them? Have you gone over? Have you put eyes on them and seen them? And I get it that there are some people in our life that we love. We don't live in the same area. But have you took some time out of your schedule to take maybe a weekend off, travel, go and see them? If we really want to do something, we will make the time and we will do what we need to do so that we can have those important memories with the people that we love. Okay. And take this from somebody who has lost many a loved one. This is what is encouraging me right now in my present, the memories that I made with my loved ones in the past. You may never get another opportunity. Just like myself, I'm glad that I took the time to, go and spend time with my parents, spend time with my aunts and uncles, with my siblings, because life changes, people change, your health can change. You never know at any time how your circumstance will change. And maybe at one time you may be able to, and then later on you may not. So take time out of your schedule to make memories with the people that you actually care for, the people who have poured into you, the people who have loved you, the people who show you care, concern, support. Support people who supported you. We forget sometimes the ones that really poured into us when we maybe didn't act right. Maybe we didn't do what we were supposed to. Maybe we weren't as kind. Maybe we weren't as considerate. Maybe you weren't as loving, but they loved you anyways. They were there for you in your growing pains, your growing stage. They help you to be more productive. They poured into you and they loved you. Now is your opportunity as you've experienced personal growth to say, thanks for being there and loving me when I didn't love myself. I'm so grateful. And I can speak this out loud now because I have gone past that season. There were times in my life where I didn't love myself, but I had people in my life that loved me until I could learn to love myself, until I could learn to start making better decisions, until I knew about my life, my light, my prosperity, the strength that I had within, my resilience. There are so many people who pour into us and show us so much time, consideration, support, and pour into our head and help us to get back on track mentally. Because sometimes, I don't know about all you motivators, but sometimes we're not okay mentally. And they're there for us in those supportive times, that supportive stage, and they made time out of their busy schedule to be there and support us. So, have you put your time out of your schedule and poured into them, given them time, given them consideration? Take time out of your schedule and make memories with the people that you care about. That's so highly important. I am so glad that I gave my mother her flowers when she was alive. She passed. Uh, she passed not last year, but the year before. My condolences to you, Eunice, and I'm so glad that you were able to do what you needed to do and poured love into the people that loved you, and namely your mother. I'm glad that you did that. This is what supports us. I look back on my life and I think about the times where my dad was sick and he went to special things that were important to me, maybe not important to him, but he was there supporting me, mentally, emotionally, financially. He supported my head when I wasn't, all the way together, when I didn't know about my own self-awareness. The people who pour into you before you come into your own, these are the people who it is vital for you to say, you know thank you for loving me, even though I know it's not easy to love me. I can acknowledge that. I know about those times where I was very tough to deal with. I was a handful and a half. I can actually say that there was a time in my life where I was very toxic. I was very angry, bitter. I wanted to fight all the time. I wanted to complain. I know that I was not easy to be around because I didn't know myself. I didn't know my worth. But when you have people like that who still extended loving kindness to you. They were still patient with me. They never tried to force me into hurrying up to grow up. They just said they need their time and I'm going to love you anyways until you get there. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful. I really am. Yes, Tamika. Yes, yes, and yes. Absolutely. People make time for what's important to them or who's important to them. That's a mouthful, Eunice. It really is. People I hear all the time, people are always making all these excuses. I have to work, I have to do this. Oh, I couldn't call, I couldn't be there, I couldn't support you. And yes, sometimes maybe, especially if you're experiencing some health problems, maybe you can't be there. But I've learned for myself that there is more than one way to support somebody. We can support others mentally, we can support others spiritually, we can support people financially. We can support and support in whatever way that we can. You may not be able to be there in person, but you could be there in spirit. You could be that person's cheerleaders to support them. Keep going. I'm here for you. I care about you. So it does not have to be an in person thing. We can show love to people if we want to. That's what it's all about. Love the ones that, love you, that care about you, that pour into you. Don't forget about them. We sometimes spend so much time in worrying about the people who don't care about us, the people who discard us, the people who stab us in the back and do all kinds of wrong things to us. But the people who are right there in front of us are foundational people, people who are holding us up, the ones that are praying for us, the ones that are encouraging us, the ones that listen to us, the ones that say, keep going, the ones that support our mental health. Don't forget those people. Take time for them. Take time out of your schedule. And yes, I know that we have to work, but money is not everything. I have to say that to you, motivators. Yes, it's important to work and we have bills to pay, but also make your important loved ones a priority. Okay? Make them a priority. We make time for who is important to us. Okay, Eunice says, my husband and I, we make sure that at least once a month that we try to get together as a family. Family that's out of town, at least try to call and text as much as we can. That's I'm so glad you brought that up, Eunice, because we tend to only think about the people who are here, our immediate circle of love. That's what I like to call it, my circle of love, the people who surround me with support in our hard times, in our dark times, in our good times, and our bad times. But we can't forget about our extended circle of love, people who live out of state, out of the country. Don't forget to pour our love into them as well, because if you are thinking about somebody, let them know, I'm thinking about you. Are you doing okay? A lot of times when people are on our thoughts, we're thinking about them for some reason or another, those are the ones that we need to check on first and tell them, you love them while you can, while you have an opportunity. Hey, Nefertiti, how are you doing? Welcome. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a great day. I definitely am. Hi, Miss Tracy. Welcome in. We got a member in the house. Appreciate you being here. I hope you're well, Miss Tracy Hayward. We got a member in the house and a mod on deck. Thank you so much for being here, Word. Hope you're doing well. I think I got to the bottom of my chats. Okay. Yes, take time out of your schedule to make memories. That's what this life is about. And I will say, I have to pause on this for a moment and give a shout out to all of the children, the kiddos out there. Children are babies one moment, and the next thing they're full grown adults. We think that we will have so much time to pour into the children or the young ones in our with our relatives, but just like that, next thing they're grown and they have a family of their own. So make some time for the children. I will even say, find out who they are, find out their personalities, what they like. It's so important to do that. Uh, a lot of times as adults, I see adults don't really spend time on children. They don't even consider the children, but children are very important in our circle of love. They teach us lessons. They give us that unconditional love. sometimes we don't deserve the love of the children that we have in our life, but they love us anyway. So make sure you're showing them some time, that you're teaching them maybe some things that you went through so that they don't make the same mistakes that you do. Okay, make time out of your schedule to make memories with the people that you love. That's so vital. It's so important. Now, here's another one that I think is so vitally important. Love them while you can, because you have to tell people who you love. Tell them with the words. Don't just say me too or I do as well, because that's what I grew up in. Like when I would say I love you, they would say me too, or you know how I feel about you. No, say the actual words. I love you. Okay? I love you. I appreciate you. You matter to me. I'm here for you. When um we go through things in our lives, it's the support, it's those words that get you through those hard days, those hard times, knowing that you're not battling your life alone. So tell people in your life that are important to you. And I don't just mean everybody in your life, I mean the people who actually do care about you, the people that matter to you. Yeah, I'm focusing on those individuals in our life. I mean, tell your children, tell your spouse or significant other, tell your siblings, tell your friends, tell the people who matter to you that they actually do, and tell them while you can. See, what I learned in my life is I am so grateful that in the last moments of my father's life, I was able to say, you know, I know this is the end of your life, but I want you to know the impact that you have made in my life. Okay. And I never got that opportunity with my mom, but I know while she was alive, I made sure to say that, thank you for everything that you've done for me. I appreciate you. You matter to me. Thank you for the times where you did things that I didn't know of, I didn't understand. Thank you for the life lessons. Thank you for what you've taught me, good and bad, because there's a lot of things that people in our life that they teach us things, and it's not always the best things, but because of maybe the mistakes they've made, maybe because of flaws in their personality, we learn things from them. So thank people who matter to us and tell them with the actual words, I love you. Don't be ashamed to say I love you. I know a lot of people, they don't like to say I love you. They feel uncomfortable in saying I love you. They kind of, oh, they know or whatever. But what if this was the last day of their life and you never said, and I've had to live with that with certain people that are no longer here. Man, I wish I would have told them I loved them while they were here. I wish. But saying that all the I wishes will not bring them back. Okay. And it's not to say it to sound negative or you know, to be like that. But I'm telling you the reality of life. Life is ever changing just in a moment, in an instant, because I remember that when it happened to me, when I got that phone call, mom didn't make it. And it's like your whole life with that person flashes before your eyes, and you be like, man, just like that, they can be gone. So don't take anybody for granted. Life can happen. And just like that, they're no longer here. And I don't want you all to think I'm being negative. I'm being realistic. Make sure you tell the people that matter to you that you love them while you still have them there, that you can actually reach out and touch them, look at them in their eyes. And they look back at you. Maybe they may be a person who doesn't like, to talk about those things, and they may, whatever, not want to say it back or whatever the case may be, but do it for yourself, because you will have that satisfaction. You will have the peace of mind. I know that I said I love you to them. Okay. And that's what matters. Okay. That's what matters the most. It's not about hearing it back or what they've done, what they've said. Do it for yourself, motivators. We have to be better than the past. We have to mature. That's about personal growth, maturity, knowing yourself, respecting yourself, and knowing that if a person is important to me, I must make them know. Don't make it optional, okay? Don't make it optional. Let the people that matter to you know how you feel about them. Okay, let me see who I missed in the comment section. Hey, Boss Life Online, how are you doing? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate your support. Got a member and a mod in the house. I hope you're doing well. Yes, Eunice. hmm I am so grateful that I was able to tell my mother how beautiful she was inside and out, how much I appreciate everything she did for me and taught me. Amen, Eunice. Amen. And I have to acknowledge that as well. I didn't do it all along because, like I said, when I was younger, I was very selfish. And of course, like I said, when you're younger, you only think you think you're gonna live forever. You think you'll have forever with the people that you care about, and then it's like jarring. Like I can't think of the word, but it like snaps you back to reality that life is not all about me. I can't be selfish my entire life. I have to tell people that matter to me how I feel about them. I have to acknowledge them in my life. I have to be accountable for when I hurt them. We have to apologize to them. We have to make amends. We have to do those things because later on you may be kicking yourself and saying, man, I wish I would have told them I'm sorry. I wish I would have said I forgive you. I wish. You don't want to live with that on your heart. You don't want to live with that on your heart. You really don't. Okay, let's see. um, my father my father, I tell him all the time how much I appreciate him and how important he is to me. That's wonderful, Eunice. And I have to say that it was not something natural. I'm not telling you this because, oh yeah, for it's so easy for you, Marlene. It's not easy for me to say I love you. It's not easy for me to say I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you being in my life. Thank you for everything that you've done. Thank you for what you have added to my life. But when you tell people, and with the words I love you, you know that I know that I don't have any regrets. We don't want to live with regrets. We don't. uh Take it from somebody who has regrets for the past. Wish that I would have grew up but just a little bit faster. I would have, prioritized the ones that were important to me a little bit more, and not just thought about myself and having fun, and being bitter or angry, being in my feelings and just thinking about myself, but also learning that the world doesn't revolve around me, that there are other people who are going through things and they matter to me. Okay. Learn from me, whoever needs to hear it. Learn from me. Um, don't harbor that resentment. Forgive them. Okay. And here is another one that I think is a big deal too. When we talk about loving people, loving them while you can, we forget the people who are always there and supportive and kind to us. Show those individuals some respect. You know, we when we're going through things and you're venting, you're upset about something, we forget to acknowledge the people in our life and show them respect, show them consideration, show them compassion, tell them how we feel, and don't just ignore them. We tend to ignore people in our life because we're so used to them being there for us. We're so used to them supporting us and understanding us and loving us and caring for us that we forget sometimes to that we're being disrespectful. And it's not that we mean to. We don't mean to be disrespectful to people, but because of life, stress, problems, responsibilities, we forget the ones that are right in front of us, the ones that are pouring into us, the ones that are caring for us. Show them some respect. Call them on the phone, send them a text message, send them a just because gift. Spend some time, say, hey, let's have some lunch, or I'm coming up for a visit. But show them respect. And I have to say this, especially when it comes to our relatives. I find that it's hard sometimes for us to speak up, because of, especially when it comes to our older relatives, that sometimes can be negative. You all know what I'm talking about. Um, be loyal in front and behind somebody's back. Be loyal in front of their face and behind their back. So if they're bashing somebody, someone is being disrespectful to your children, to person you're in a relationship with, be loyal in front of somebody's face and behind their back. Show others respect. Don't let people bash the people that you care about. Show them, I'm going to respect you whether you're here or whether you're not here. And a lot of people need to learn that lesson. Respect people, respect them, show them kindness, show them consideration. And I also have to say this because it's on my spirit to say it. Um, Acknowledge the ones too who are elderly, infirm, have special needs, okay? Their society throws away the infirm. They throw away the elderly, those who have disabilities, but we're not going to do that. We know better than that, motivators. This is how we learn patience. We learn patience. This is how we show compassion. Slow down. Take a moment. Take a deep breath. Try to put yourself in the shoes of maybe your child, maybe your older family member. Think about how they would feel. Think about how frustrating they may feel, what they're going through and dealing with. We forget sometimes how that must be, okay? Especially our special needs community. They can't always speak up and say how they're feeling. So we have to be that person to say, it's okay. Take your time. This is how we show them respect. This is how we show love to the people that we love too, by giving them our time, giving them patience, compassion, consideration, and respect. Every living thing wants to be respected. Everybody wants respect. Okay? Even our pets. Love them too. Okay? All right. I think that's an important point that I had to pause on that for a moment and acknowledge that as well. Let me go to the comment section before I go on to the next point. Okay. Eunice says yes. And she also says, I am really big on respect, receiving it as well as giving it. Yeah. And for me, I'm the type of person that when I feel disrespected, it's hard for me to respect a person once again, once that's gone. But I have to remember, but also I say to you, all you motivators, family, that remember we all made mistakes. We are all imperfect, but also don't be a doormat. Don't be used. All of those, we talk about that all the time about mindset shifting, that just because a person may be a relative, a friend, whoever people are, we understand everybody has their bad days, and you make blunders with your mouth, you say the wrong things, you fly off the handle, you may jump to conclusions, you may be dead wrong, okay? But you have to acknowledge and say that I'm sorry I wasn't kind to you, I'm sorry for what I said, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry I wasn't there and supportive of you. This is how we show respect to others. We give others dignity. um, and I feel like it's something that is dying in this society today, that a lot of people don't think about dignifying our loved ones, showing them respect, not talking about their personal business. That's how we show love to the people that we love. Is, don't tell other relatives, or in your romantic relationship, telling your personal and private business. Don't do that. Or talking about our special needs family members, or our disabled family members, or our elderly family members. They are human beings too. They are human beings with feelings. They have feelings, and so do you. Nobody wants to be disrespected. And think about how you would feel if the shoe was on the other foot. Would you want to be disrespected? Would you want to be talked about behind your back? Would you want to be bashed? Nobody would. So give others the same thing that you would want to get. You would want to be treated kindly. You would want to be extended some patience, some consideration. You would like to be checked on. Ask, how are you doing? Are you okay? We all like those. We all like getting, that personal time. We all want to be acknowledged. So make sure you're doing that for your loved ones. Acknowledge them and acknowledge them in your life, and do it today. So I wanted to do this topic for anybody. If there's somebody you haven't talked to in a long time, whether it's a relative, whether it's a friend, whoever it is, somebody that you really care about, check on them. Ask them how you're doing. I was just thinking about you. I want you to know I care about you. I want you to know I love you. And here's an important one, because it's on my spirit. That somebody that you're holding resentment for, someone you're holding a grudge against, forgive them. And don't forgive them just for them, forgive them for you, so you can have peace, so that your blood pressure won't be through the roof, so you won't be upset and angry, talking about it, being bitter. You're not able to accomplish certain things. You can't get restful sleep. A lot of things stay on our spirit, and we can just try to convince ourselves and tell ourselves, oh, I don't care about us, but you're talking about it all the time. You have to forgive others so that you can move on. That's a part of loving yourself. And it's also a part of loving other people. Everybody's imperfect, everybody makes mistakes, but you have to love people while you have an opportunity. And forgiving people who have hurt us is a part of our personal growth. So let's grow. Let's be better than, you know, maybe I can think about relatives in the past, and they would be like, I'm taking this to the grave. I'm gonna hate them until the day I die. Let's not be like that. Let's not be like that. Let's grow. Let's mature. See, we can be an adult in age, but have we matured mentally? Okay. Have we allowed people to be themselves? Okay. Have we let things go and just say, I'm not going to focus on what I can't change. I'm not gonna focus on that. Okay. I'm gonna let whoever hurt me, I'm gonna let whoever I hurt, a part of loving people while you can is also acknowledging your own self in the process. I had to acknowledge that about myself when I have hurt people. Okay. I've hurt people, and the same thing, other people have hurt you too. We want to extend the same love to others that we may need one day. We may be in dire need for forgiveness one day for something that we do. Okay. So don't forget, forgive others, but also don't forget to forgive yourself so that you can experience pain. It's out there for you. Okay. And hey, Vernell, how are you doing? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Tuesday to you. And I think I have one more point. No, yeah. No, two more points. So I got into this just a little bit. Forgive them while you can. And I am speaking from somebody from experience. I have had people that I was upset and angry with long after they were gone. And I think it's worse when you don't forgive people, when you have when you had the opportunity and you didn't. You're harboring that resentment. Let's not be bitter anymore. Let's experience peace, calmness. You deserve to have that. I had to say that to myself. I deserve to forgive them. Okay. For me to experience peace, for me to be forgiven back as well for my wrongs. That's important to acknowledge as well. So forgive people while you can. Okay. We don't want to say, man, I wish I would have said sorry. I wish I would have made some memories. I wish I would have done this or that. See, you don't get a second chance after that chance is up. Okay. So forgive people while you can. It will make you feel good. Show people, we sometimes, even when somebody does something so awful to us and has hurt us so badly, show them your personal growth. See, I've matured. I want to extend the olive branch to you. Okay. Let's let's not even talk about that anymore. Let's focus on our today. All right. Let's focus on our today and not about yesterday, and just live in this moment, and let's love each other. Love is so important to give to others. So show others love because we want it. We want to be loved, but also the people in our life want to be loved as well. So forgive people while you have the opportunity, while you have the chance. Do so. Okay. Forgive people while you can. Yes, mature. I can't read that because the print is so small. I'm on my phone today. Mature mentally, because God said, if you don't forgive, then He won't forgive you. And when you get to the gate, just because you didn't forgive, He will not let you in the door. And you don't want that. Yeah, we have to forgive others. We definitely do. And that's so important. I'm doing well for now. Thank you so much. So I have one more point to share with you motivators, and it is this. If if you are blessed. Now I have to say this. If you are blessed to have people in your life, okay, that love you in a non-toxic way, because there's a lot of toxicity out there. There's a lot of people who will use you, take advantage of you. I'm talking about a healthy loving relationship. Okay, whether it be romantic, whether it be friendship, whether it be spiritual, someone loves you in a spiritual way. There's a lot of forms of love. But if you are blessed to have people who love you, okay, in a non toxic way, show them gratitude. Show them gratitude and acknowledge them. Tell them Thank you for loving me. Thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you for what you've added. Thank you for what you've taught me. Thank you for helping me to be a better individual. See, when we acknowledge people in our life and we say to them, thank you for what you have done for me. Thank you for who you are. Thank you for who you've made me into. When we express that sort of gratitude, we become better. We become better. So I definitely wanted to do this topic to share that. I feel like this is a very important topic to talk about, and I don't hear a lot of people talk about this, but it's important to love people while you can, while you have the opportunity, while they're still here, while you can forgive them, while you can still move and walk around. Don't take that for granted either. Just because you're able to walk and take care of yourself, today you could be able to walk, and the next day you may not be able to. We never know what can happen to us. We never know what can happen to people that we love and care about. So love people while you can, while you have the opportunity, while you're thinking about somebody. Make that call, text them, send them an email, send them a care package. Take some time off. Let's go to lunch, or take a trip to spend with maybe your age, your disabled loved ones. They matter, and so do you. Just like we personally want to receive love in our life, we want to receive that love, right? We want it, but think about them too as well. See, I always say people shouldn't have to guess and wonder, I wonder if they care about me. And let's be honest, I can say for myself, because I'm fully grown over here. I can acknowledge myself and be transparent that sometimes I have been very selfish. I have been inconsiderate. I haven't given people the time, the quality time that they deserve. I haven't opened up my mouth and said, I love you enough to the people who matter to me. But I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress. I don't want to be like the past and just say they know how I feel, or it's hard for me. Eh, You know, it's not important that I say it. And that's not true. It's very important to say I love you. It's very important. Don't take those things for granted. We get comfortable sometimes in just saying, I don't have to tell them I love them. I told them about 10 years ago, or I told them last year. Mm-mm, not good enough. At least once a week, you should tell people that matter to you that you love them. And I'm not trying to sound dark or start anything, but you never know. It could be the last time that you may actually have eyes on them and see them. Make sure you give them the hugs, you give them the affection, you spend some quality time, you make some memories, you laugh, you go on those trips that you really actually wanted to go on. Don't put things off. If you have something in your head, on your heart, I want to do this, I want to do this, or I want to do that, I want to forgive this person, but I don't know, I'm not ready, I still want to be angry, I still want to do this or that. Let's do better, motivators. Let's do better. Let's do better than our past. Let's do better than other relatives. Don't wait for others to extend the olive branch. You be the mature one. You be the one to say, I want you to know that I forgive you. I forgive you and I love you. Okay? Do that. It is so highly important. So I have to acknowledge everybody who was here. Thank you all so much. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Um, and love people while you can. Love them while you can. Love them while you have the opportunity. Okay? While you have the opportunity, there is no time like the present. to show people how you feel. No time like the present. So do it today. Love them, acknowledge them, spend the quality time, forgive them. It's not only good for you, it's good for them. I am Marlene, and I am the content creator for Marlene Motivates. And on this channel, I talk about inspiration, positivity, mindset shifting, and self love. It's so important for us to continue to work on ourselves, to mature mentally, emotionally, spiritually, so that we can be a better human being. So don't discount love, everybody. Every little thing wants to be loved. So make sure you are showing that. Make sure you're proving that to everybody that you care about. I thank you so much for joining me. And those on the replay, leave me a comment in the comment section below how you are showing those who are important to you in your life that you're loving them while you can. Thank you so much for joining me today. And shout out to all my mods. Shout out to all my mods. Shout out to everybody who is here. I thank each and every one of you. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and do so. I thank you so much. And shout out to all my channel members. I will see you over in the after show, which will be starting right after this ends. And to all you motivated loved ones, okay? I have to say that. Do your best and be your best. And like I say over here on Marlene Motivates, every single story time, live stream, and podcast, just know it. Just breathe it and be it and live your best life. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it and be it, and live your best life.
Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough. enough now. What about you? I forgive me. I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Ooh, hey, yeah. Whoa, yeah.